I'm like, call. Please.
She's like,
what's your password? Hey everyone, welcome to season 2, episode 3 of Two Cold Brews. I'm your co-host Allison.
And I'm Coleen. When will you stop saying season 2? It's episode 3.
Yeah.
I know. Do you have to say season 2 every time we start an episode of season 2?
Yeah, because it's season 2.
But did we say season 1 in season 1?
No, because it's obvious. It's season 1. Right? What if someone is just randomly, like, picking an episode? And they're like, oh, wait, what? This is episode 3? Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
No, because in the episode titles, we'll say episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
So you just
7.
want to say episode?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to start over?
No, it's fine. We'll just keep this.
It's been a very stressful week for me.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, good news for Coleen.
It's not official. Like,
I know, but we're celebrating early.
Yes,
But
I have some good news, but
my freaking week.
It all started on
Sunday. This is how I knew. I should have known. My week would. Oh my gosh, my whole week would be ruined. Okay.
Yeah.
So we met up with E, the sweetener,
At
on
Starbucks.
Yeah, on Sunday, and like we were just planning our trip, right? And then at one point, Colin and I switched laptops.
Yeah, because we like the website for the car wouldn't work on your laptop, but it
Yeah.
worked on mine, so we switched.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I
Yes?
had it on my laptop, and I was showing you. I was showing you the prices.
No, but you couldn't load it again for some reason, and you're like, "Try it. Is it working on yours?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Really? I don't know.
So then,
But anyways,
yeah, your memory.
We switched, and then something happened, and then I put Cole's laptop in my bag.
And I put hers in my bag.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I didn't notice until I got home at like 12 o'clock at night, okay?
You didn't even notice. I
No.
told you.
Yeah.
Because, like, after Starbucks, we went to my house and
Yeah.
celebrated my mom's birthday. So she was here for hours.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until she went home. And I was, like, cleaning up my laptop, like, my stuff, you know. I wipe my phone and, like, whatever I brought outside with, like, a sanitizing wipe after a day. Because I'm like, it's dirty. And then I open the laptop, and you know when you feel something and it's not yours. And I was like, this feels different. And I open it, and it says Allison. And it has her background, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I got home, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? How am I going to watch my Korean dramas?
That was the thing, too. I was just like, oh, you know what? This sucks. So I messaged her. I'm like, girl, we switched laptops. And the first thing she says, she's freaking out. She's like, this can't be happening. And I was thinking, like, she needs this for something important, right? She's like, this can't be happening. Oh my God. How am I supposed to watch my K-dramas? And I was like, you are so obsessed that this is the first thing that comes to your mind. Not even your security or information.
Yeah.
Like, I could have hacked you and used your card information to buy stuff.
Yeah.
But it was your K-dramas. Oh my God, you know what? She's losing sleep, man. It's not getting better.
I'm like, call. Please.
She's like,
what's your password?
And I was like on and off my phone, so I didn't reply until later.
It took her hours. The next day, okay, she replies the next day, like mid-afternoon, and it's like, oh, it's this. Try this password. And I'm like, it doesn't work. Hours later, okay, try this and it's not even like she replied right away, okay? So I'm there trying to watch on my phone. I'm trying to watch K-dramas on your phone is not the same.
I've done it.
But you know when you take breaks to like look on YouTube and stuff, just like having it on your phone, it just isn't the same. Not the same.
You could do the thing though where you have it as a small screen on your phone.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, but you can't read the subtitles.
Yeah, I can't really read it. So I'm like, oh, I'll just use my projector. But the thing with the projector, it's hard to read it during the day because it's so bright.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh my God. So like all day Monday, I'm like freaking waiting for her password.
Yeah, God forbid you had to actually do your job. Like, wow. I can't.
I was doing my job, okay? It was just...
This would not fly in the office environment, girl.
It was a light day, okay?
I'm crying.
So, finally, she tells me her password, and then I'm like, by the way, what is that? What's your password also for that Korean site?
Because my mom is into K-dramas also and recommended Allison like 12 because they text each other. Like, I'm not even in the group chat. They just message each other.
Me and your mom just text each other.
I know. And so, like, some of these K-dramas aren't on Netflix. So Allison's like, where are you watching this? And, like, some of you will know it's called Viki or Viki Rakuten. The company bought Viki. And Allison's like, what's the password for this? So I gave it to her.
Here's the thing. Call gave me the password to her password app. You know that password? Like,
it's called 1Password. It keeps your password secure. Yeah.
Bro, she gave me her passwords to everything, including bank accounts. Okay? I'm like, wow. We've reached this level of trust.
It's true. I swear one time I lent E my Instagram account when she tried looking at somebody's profile.
Probably.
And
I'm just like, I don't need the bank account information. I just need the K-drama site so I can watch.
Bro,
so I can watch Goblin.
It opened up her world. She's like, this is amazing. Yeah. There's so many K-dramas on Viki.
Yeah.
And variety shows. So once you have like celebrities that you really like, you can watch them on variety shows.
Yes.
So you see their personalities. Oh, it's so great.
I know. I'm like, I was browsing through it. I'm like, wow, this is better than YouTube.
Oh my God, totally.
Because I used to watch like little YouTube clips of them on shows and stuff. And I'm like, oh.
And they have full English subtitles too, which is sick.
Yeah.
And they also have this cool feature called timed comments on Viki. So you can watch the thing and you can see people's comments, like comments they would have typed when they're watching that exact same moment.
Yeah.
And there's this, you guys would know I was talking about the K-drama Mother. And there was this one scene in Mother where like the comments blew up and people were like, I'm crying, I'm shaking. And I'm like, me too. So people, you feel it.
Oh my gosh.
It's so fun.
Anyways, my whole week has just been off, okay? Just completely off. And then today, which is Friday, July 30th.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, this isn't about K-dramas, but it like steered in that direction.
Oh my God. I was convinced all week today was the 31st. And you guys, I look at calendars for a living, okay? I don't know why. I don't know why I thought today was the 31st.
Tell them what you did.
I completely messed up my next 3 days. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to play catch up, okay? So,
okay. You actually... Okay, because everyone will know who listens to the podcast knows that Allison never wants to spend a waking moment at home. So she plans, like, no tomorrow. But when one thing goes wrong, like when you think today is a day later,
everything is off. Everything.
So
okay, you guys, I love a calendar. I love to have appointments, okay? Like, okay, wait, real appointments, not like, but like, I'm just saying, I just need things planned, okay? I need to know where I'm going and what time and how long I'm going to be there for, okay? Anyways, so I thought today was the 31st. I have an appointment at 1:30 downtown, okay? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my lunch break late and I'll just go there during my lunch hour. And then I'll be fine. I'll drive back home, log back in. I have my work phone on me. So I get there downtown. I parked at like the parking lot under like Dundas Square. Texted my girl. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. I just parked. No response from her. I'm like, why is she responding? That's so weird.
Oh my god, the red flags were already there.
Knocked on her door. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Texted her. No response. And I'm like, waiting. It's been like 5 minutes now, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm knocking and I'm like, hello, like, I'm here. She texts me back and she's like, hey girl, your appointment's tomorrow, July 31st. I was like, say that? What are you talking about? Today's the 31st. Bro. Oh my god. Oh, everything just like shattered. I was like, no, you're freaking joking, right? Like, there's no way. I was like, this can't be happening. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no. It's okay. It's my fault. I looked back at our conversations and it did say July 31st. But I just thought today was the 31st.
Yeah, I don't know how you thought this, because I'm looking at our group text and you're like, I can't fucking believe the day I'm having. Yeah. I thought today was the 31st.
Yeah.
And E was like, didn't you once see the date anywhere? Like, your phone literally says July 30th. Okay. The calendar app on your phone has the number 30 and won't it show 30 on your calendar?
No,
on your
you know what
laptop?
it is? I don't know what they call it scientifically. There has to be a word for it. But I think it's from my lack of sleep this past 2 weeks. But
because when circling back to K-dramas, because she doesn't sleep.
Okay, you know when... Okay, I like, for me, I'm like, the 31st is Friday. So regardless if you see the 30th on my phone, I'm seeing 31.
I don't know.
Like,
I know what you mean.
I don't know how to explain it, you guys. I went home. Oh, wait, before I went home, since I had time, and I was stuck in traffic on top of that, going back north. Ugh. Anyways, I went to Costco because I had to get gas because I'm going tomorrow. Which, pause. My plans are now ruined again for tomorrow because I thought it was the 1st. God. Costco gas almost got into a fight because this old lady cut me off in the gas line. And let me tell you, the gas line at Costco was at the entrance of Costco.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? I don't care if you're a little old lady and you didn't know there was a freaking lineup freaking 500 feet behind you. You freaking better go 500 feet away. You know, like, she just, like, cut in front of me. And, I was just like, I'm not having it today.
It's a long weekend. Yeah. People are lining up.
I'll tell you, I went back home. I had to, like, recheck everything. All my meetings that I set up. There was 2 that I caught. I was like, well, I did this wrong. Because I really thought today was the 31st. And I had a couple things next week where I'm like, oh my god, why did I do this? But
continue.
But it's fine. And then, my friend had some drama today too. And then I was dealing with that. But yeah, anyways, with that drama, we thought it would be best to talk about another Reddit thread on relationship advice.
Yes. We have done a Reddit thread before, and it was called Am I the Asshole? But now we'll be going through the subreddit called Relationship Advice. And so we already were in the mindset talking about relationships. We were pretty heated up. Like, I was chill, but, like, Allison's energy rubbed off on me while we were getting dinner. And I was like, I'm fired up. And so here we are. And so relationship advice is exactly what you think it is. It is people on Reddit asking for advice about the relationships. And so
my favorite part is the comments.
Yes. Oh, I didn't do the comments.
You can, like, go through, like, a couple
after we talk about it.
Yeah.
But I screenshotted mine, so.
Oh, I have mine open here.
Did you find the 2 though?
I have 1. I feel like this one is very impactful. So I'm gonna just stick with this one because, it hits home for me.
Okay. So So,
all right.
yeah.
You can go first.
What we did last time is I found some, and so I asked Allison to find a couple, and I also found a couple. But I have two. One is like super intense, so trigger warnings on abusive relationships, suicide, self-harm, etc. Do you have any trigger warnings with yours?
Cheaters.
Oh, I see. Should I make... Okay, I have two. One is kind of like, what's going on? And the second, and another one is like, oh, like, this is messed up. What should I do first?
What's going on?
Okay.
Do that one.
So, my wife, 33, is denying we're married and wants to be called my girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
My wife, who's 33, and I, so the poster is a 29-year-old male, have been married for 4 years now, coming on 5. We have generally had a good relationship and good marriage. We had a reasonably expensive wedding, which we're still paying for now. I still get the bill every month to prove it. My wife took charge.
I will never understand that. I will never.
Going into debt for a wedding.
For a wedding.
Yeah, for one day. Like, sorry if you feel a certain way about it, but I can't fathom spending that money unless the person I'm marrying has that money, like, as chump change.
Yes, exactly.
But don't go into debt for it.
The only debt that you should go into for a marriage is a mortgage that will literally kill you for 25 years.
That's so true. All right. So the wife took charge of planning the wedding, so it was for her taste. She seemed to enjoy it at the time, and for the first years of our marriage, she would look back at the wedding with me happily and without issues. So she really loved the wedding. She was like really into it. But then, in recent months, I've noticed my wife's attitude to A, our wedding, and B, our marriage itself, shift. It began by her, I thought jokingly, referring to herself as my girlfriend. She told me to buy her a girlfriend card for Valentine's Day rather than a wife one, for example.
Okay.
I thought she was just playing around at first, but this behavior has only escalated. 2 months ago, my wife stopped wearing her wedding ring. I was understandably upset and asked her if there was something wrong. She told me everything was fine and she just doesn't like the sensation of jewelry on her hands. Okay. My wife has never liked rings and jewelry, so this could be the case. Okay. Kind of makes sense.
Okay.
But when we are with friends, my wife will get upset if I talk about her as my wife, rather than just a girlfriend. She will go as far as to interrupt me if I'm talking or telling a story to correct me on our relationship. She will go as far as to interrupt me if I'm talking or telling a story to correct me on our relationship. One of our friends was talking about their own wedding, which was scheduled for early next year. They asked for advice from my wife, who got married, keep in mind, about how she'd planned ours, and my wife responded with, "What wedding?" When our friend continued talking about the table decorations my wife had used, my wife visibly teared up in front of the whole group and had to step outside. Later that evening, I asked her directly if she has a problem with our relationship or if I'm doing something wrong in our marriage. She assured me that everything is fine between us. From my perspective, outside of this issue, our relationship is as strong as ever. We are considering kids in the near future, our sex life is great, and my wife recently suggested we get matching tattoos as a renewal of our love. Is there advice anyone can offer on why my wife might be acting like this and what I should do?
Okay. Like, maybe she regrets getting married. You know, maybe she thought that she would have a certain life with the title of being a wife, but that wasn't the case. Or maybe she felt happier when she was just the girlfriend versus the wife.
But for her to, like, completely deny the existence of their marriage, even in front of their friends, to be like, "What wedding?" is, like, concerning to me.
It definitely is. It's clearly she regrets getting married to you.
Yeah.
Right? But she still loves you. She still wants to be with you. She just wants to be the girlfriend. And that's the thing. The marriage just isn't for everyone either.
Yeah. What? Honestly, I was reading through the comments because I was like, we're like not qualified to give any advice. Like, let that be the big disclaimer.
This is just our unprofessional advice.
And someone was just like, she might be having like a mental break. They're like, get her to a therapist, get her to talk to somebody, because that is so strange.
Yeah, the fact that she's just completely denying it even happened.
Yeah.
She's like completely disassociating herself with
That's
marriage.
the word. She's disassociating herself with a marriage. It's like she's regressing, and it like never happened to her.
Yeah.
I don't know. This like feels like it's the beginning of something, so I am kind of worried about this person. And
yeah,
I'm just like,
I would.
Are you okay?
I would agree with whoever commented that she would probably need to see professional help.
Professional advice, yeah.
You know, because that's just it's not normal to just be like, hey, call me your girlfriend.
Yeah, we're not married.
We're not
it's
married.
Been 5 years.
It's like, what wedding? What happened?
Yeah, that is like, yeah. I don't want to keep saying weird, but like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't. My advice.
Yeah.
Let's see. My unprofessional advice here would be, to get a third party involved for sure.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. She still loves you. She clearly still loves you. It's just
there's something not right mentally that needs to get like assessed.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why. Like, what was the point in their marriage where she's like, oh, yeah, no, I'm your girlfriend, or was it just gradual, or was it just like all of a sudden? Like, how long in like the 4 years you were married?
He said like going on 5 years recently when he posted this, he started noticing this behavior, and he's like, what? But then it escalated into like her not even acknowledging that they were married.
Does she even remember that they were married?
I don't think she wants to remember, which I'm just like...
But what if something happened at their wedding?
That's what I was going to say.
That...
Something traumatic happened, and she... Like, we're not... Like, like this... This is... We're not laughing at the situation, but both of our minds went to the same place.
I don't know, what if something happened at the wedding, and she...
Like, she just remembered it recently or
something.
something.
And she's associating that bad memory with the wedding itself. Therefore, she doesn't want to remember that wedding at all.
Yeah, because when the friend kept insisting, like, you got married, like, I saw these centerpieces, like, she started crying.
Yeah.
That's not... Like, that reaction should be, like, taken as a sign to be like, okay, something happened. And we're not, like, we don't know what it is, but we definitely need to... understand what happened.
I wonder if she's like, I want a divorce, but I still want to be with you. I wonder if he's like, okay.
I don't know. I wish there was an update, because usually like people post updates.
Yeah. There's no update.
These things. Yeah, no update.
Wow. Well,
our advice: get a third party involved.
Professional third party.
Yeah, like we are just giving our opinions, but yeah.
How would you feel though if you're like? If your partner is just like, oh, what wedding?
I would literally be like, first of all...
Excuse me, do you see this bill?
The debt?
Yeah, do you see this bill?
I would feel so invalidated. I'm like, what do you mean we're not married?
You know what? My ass would freaking put on that dress again. Like this?
You remember that?
You don't remember this? You don't remember this $5,000 dress? You don't remember this?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll freaking like recreate that wedding all over again.
If you want to remember. Here.
You want to remember? All right, stand right there. Let me walk down this aisle. Right?
Get your ring.
or video. There has to be video pictures, right? Oh my god, yeah,
that's true.
I would feel the same. I'd be like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? What do you mean?
His words, "I'm confused," sums it up.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Literally, what the hell?
Yeah.
All right. So my Reddit thread that I chose was posted 14 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
And here's the thing. I'm just convinced that women just live the same lives.
Oh my god.
They just deal with the same assholes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I just don't understand how the same thing happens like over and over again in different people's lives.
We can only live our lives in so many ways, man. Like, someone is bound to have the same experiences or similar experiences to you.
So, gonna read you her thread. It's a little long because she did say this is her first Reddit post. So she went into detail. Okay. So she's 20. Her boyfriend is 25. Okay.
Okay.
They've been together for over a year now. We've been living together for 5 months. Well, 3 weeks ago, while I was cleaning and folding some of his clothes, I found a secret phone he had. How many times?
If you are the one listening to this and you're laughing with us, you know.
When I was reading this, I was like, did I post this? Maybe I posted this. Oh my god.
It's the laundry part for me.
Oh my god. And then I'm like, maybe E posted this, but I'm like, oh, she's 20. I'm like, okay. So somehow I guessed the password and got in.
Guys are predictable. They use the same
brackets. I know I shouldn't have done that.
Every girl.
When I went through it and found out that he had been sexting other girls while we had been talking for about 4 months and a week before he asked me to be his girlfriend. I guess this didn't really affect me because we weren't officially dating. We were still dating. But I also found that he had videos of him and his ex having sex.
Still? Oh my god, okay.
I wonder if she knows if he still has it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And he had recorded them on the old phone off of the one he has now. Do you get it?
Oh, so he was holding his old phone, holding his new one and recording it.
So he purposely wanted to save it.
Oh my god. What? What kind of voyeuristic
Yo, this is so crazy. And the fact that guys do this, bro, I've seen it. Guys actually do this.
Yes. You told me.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
Mind you, I had seen some of I would say the pics on his phone, and I had asked him to delete them and explain to him how uncomfortable and upset it made me feel, and he swore he did, and that he didn't know he had them still. But I come to find out he did and kept them on a whole different phone. He went above and beyond, okay? I felt so betrayed, like I couldn't trust him anymore. I felt like the person I knew was gone because all the trust was gone. A little bit of backstory. He used to have a problem with porn. He used to be addicted, and in a way, he was a sex addict. Now he has been working on it and can truly say he overcame it. All of this happened when he was still going through it. Now I don't want to use that as an excuse for him, and I honestly feel like, in a way, he's cheated on me. I still cry. Haven't really been eating because I get sick. I haven't been sleeping because every time I close my eyes, all I can see is those videos. Maybe I'm being dramatic or overreacting, but I feel deeply betrayed and hurt. And I don't know what to do. Some days I wake up feeling like staying with him was the wrong choice, but some days I feel like we could make it work. P.S. I'm sorry for writing. I'm not used to using Reddit.
My first Reddit post. Oh my gosh.
Yep. First post. Red flags. Dump his ass.
Okay.
Someone commented, and delete everything off that old phone first and make sure he can't retrieve it. It's gross for his ex-girlfriend too. Might have to check if he has it backed up elsewhere too and delete. Ew. Ew.
Yeah. There's so many red flags in this post, and it comes back to the conversation of like, what do you consider cheating?
Yeah. Well, she said she feels cheated on, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you promised, you said that you deleted them. Yep. But yet they're on a second phone that you purposely recorded so that you can keep. For what? You know, as like what, your trophy? You know, do you look back
disgusting.
at it?
But like, if you were confident in a relationship and like had no quarrels, like, you know what I mean? If you were happy in the relationship we currently have, what is the use of that video to you?
Yeah.
There's clearly like
you know it happened. You know you did these things.
I know, but why are you holding on to it?
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why are you holding on to it?
You know how I would feel as a girlfriend? I'd be like, am I not good enough? Like, what is she in that video giving you that I can't?
The fact that you're holding on to it?
Yeah. It just makes you feel like you're missing something. I
get what she means when she was like, I still cry, haven't really been eating because I get sick. I haven't been sleeping because every time I close my eyes, all I can see is those videos. I totally understand where she's coming from. Yeah. It doesn't matter. There's days where you're just like, you can forget about it. It's okay. It was in the past. Mm-hmm. It's nothing recent. But it's like the fact that they still have it.
It's the why. You're like, why?
Yeah. And then you look at that person and you're like, you're grossed out. You're honestly, you're grossed out. And a part of you just like, you just can't see the person the same way again. Yeah. You know, especially if she already told you to delete all the pictures and stuff.
But then you take a video of it on your new phone from your old phone. Yeah. Like that like the fact that you went against her and were like, it's all deleted, but then it clearly wasn't. Like, oh,
yeah. Dump his ass. Obviously, everyone's like, tell him to leave him. Mind you, she's 20. She's 20 and he's 25. Mm-hmm. It's not too late. Here's the thing. Move in silence, though. I get you living with him right now, but don't just up and leave without having a plan. You need to prepare, okay? You can't be out here in the streets, okay? Yeah. You find someone who cares about you and is willing to take you in, because if you're going to leave right now, you have to have a plan. You got to be smart, okay? Mm-hmm.
The emotional advantage he also has in that he is 25 and she's 20. And it's not like an age difference thing where we're like, oh my God, that's so old. Mentally, where you are at 20 versus 25, like think about where we were at those ages compared to like in this relationship. He has so much on her at this point that it is really difficult for her at this point to kind of process the information and leave. Like, her last comment, she's like, I can't really sleep properly or eat. Like, I feel sick. Yeah.
Gosh. Yo, tell me why. I know this is a guy. I know.
Okay.
Here's a comment. Before jumping to any conclusions, are you sure it's a secret phone and not just an old phone? Doesn't matter. What's the difference? Yeah. She didn't know about it. Therefore, it was a secret.
You read the first line. You read the first line of the damn post.
Here's the second one. Shorty, after I broke up with my ex, I got a new phone, transferred all my shit over, and the old phone has been in a drawer ever since. I'm sure there are some old pictures on there of me and my ex, but it's due to pure laziness.
They didn't read the post.
They didn't read it. She already asked him to delete it in the first place.
Oh my God, this is literally men. Ugh.
Yeah. Here's what she said. There's more to it, but like honestly, this comment is trash that I'm not gonna finish it. She replied, "It is his old phone. However, when I saw the videos, he had recorded them off the phone he has now. It shows that it shows a date, and he had recorded them while we had already been dating for a few months. You guys don't read, man. You don't read. You don't know how to freaking read.
It's true. God.
He had those videos in his eyes only on Snapchat. He just deleted them off his actual phone and chose to transfer them to his old phone to keep them. You guys, there's dates. There's dates when things are saved on phones. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have made a big deal if I had seen the dates were from before we were together. Oh my God.
There you go. Man, women are so thorough. Why are you trying to... If I ever need to sue woman lawyer, they have receipts. Jesus Christ.
Honestly, girl.
My advice...
What's your advice?
I like what you said. Move in silence.
And you're 20 years old.
Be confident in your decision and do not feel like you're asking for too much or being over dramatic, because you're not. It's an emotional betrayal.
It is. And you know what? You're asking for the bare minimum.
Yeah, delete your sex videos. Like, Oh my god.
God. But she feels betrayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
For her, this is a form of cheating because he saved this while they were still dating,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what? How long did it say? Oh my gosh, girl, you've been together for a year? A year! A year. You're 20. He's 25. You have so much life in you.
Yeah.
You're probably going to meet another asshole, or you're probably going to meet another person who's going to just change your whole world for the better, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. You're 20.
Mm-hmm.
But what I know is that you deserve better than this.
Yeah. That situation should tell you what's in store for the future.
My advice, again, move in silence and dump his ass, okay?
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I was on TikTok and I saw this one girl from U of T where she's just like, have an English degree, but one of the most profound things that stayed with me was my psych class. Mm-hmm. And the professor was just like, if your partner gave you an ultimatum of two things, of one, they'll have sex with a person for one night, or two, they won't have sex with this person, but continue to develop an emotional relationship with them for the next 10 years via text, phone, and all that stuff, which would you choose? And the dead split was literally when he's like, how many of you would let your partner sleep with that person just once? All the women raised their hands because they're like, you know what? It's sex. It's nothing. And then the professor was just like, how many of you would let your partner develop an emotional relationship with that person for the next 10 years and no sex? And all the guys raised their hand. And she like had a moment where she was just like, holy shit. She's like, men will do anything to keep women as their property.
Yeah.
And they don't consider emotional relationships as something that is, you know, important or there. I'm sure there are men out there that would and do, especially if it's a healthy relationship. But the fact that so many of them wouldn't even choose in that situation to let their partner sleep with someone else, and it was meaningless because they considered them theirs and their property, was just kind of insane to me. And I feel like that's what's happening here, where it's just like, that is his trophy. Like, that is what he holds on to. It's so gross. Like, I get the heebie-jeebies thinking about that. I'm like, I'm not your property.
Yeah. It makes me sick, and I totally feel for her, and I don't even know if she's gonna hear this. Probably comment. Oh, you have your Reddit account.
Yeah, I have a throwaway account.
And this was just 14 hours ago.
It's true.
She's going through it.
Oh
now.
yes. Okay, we'll comment.
We'll comment.
Yeah, she needs.
We'll comment what advice we just gave right now. What if she replies back?
Like
if she replies back, you guys, we'll tell you in the next.
We'll update you
in the next podcast.
So yeah, move in silence, dump his ass.
Move in silence, dump his ass. You deserve better.
All right, my last one. The last one for the pod, because this one's quite long. Trigger warning for all the things, death, and all that jazz. Okay. So the original poster is a 28-year-old male, and his ex-fiance is a 27-year-old female. Cool? I broke up with my ex-fiance of 4 years 2 weeks ago after catching her in a huge lie, and then finding out 3 days ago that she committed suicide because I wouldn't take her back. I am in need of some serious advice as I'm being blamed for everything.
What did she do?
Well, we're going to read about it.
Oh, okay.
A little background. Me and my ex-fiance had been together for almost 6 years, engaged 4 out of those 6 years. I was introduced to her by a close friend at a party, and we just clicked. She was attractive, had a great personality, and had similar hobbies as me, which made it perfect. Okay. Now that we have the context in the background, back in April of this year, I started noticing little changes in her. She started wearing more revealing clothes to work, started putting on makeup, etc. To be honest, I had no problem with any of that stuff, as it's her body. She can wear whatever she wants and put how much ever makeup she wanted to. But what made things worse for me was when she started coming home late for work, or how instead of spending the weekend off with me, because they both have weekends off from work, she instead was always going out. Okay. I once had asked her why she never invited me to come out with her, which she replied that it's only girls' night out and that her other friends would not be happy if I tagged along, as they were not bringing their own boyfriends with them, but every weekend. Okay?
Okay.
It all came crashing down when me and her had a huge fight in June, because she decided that instead of going out on a date with me, she told me how she had already made plans with her friends and that it was rude of her to cancel. That was it for me.
After spending every weekend with your friends. Okay.
You're just like, hey, the one time we actually have a date together, I can't because I have plans with my friends, and that's rude. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this guy goes, that was it for me. I blew up at her and we had a huge fight, which resulted in her packing her bags and leaving. I didn't hear from her for almost a week. None of her friends knew where she was, and heck, none of her folks, so I guess her parents, even knew what was going on until she finally contacted me and wanted to talk. So she disappeared for a week. Imagine my surprise when she confessed to me that there was another guy involved and how all this time she was hanging out with him, when all this time she was lying to me about hanging out with her friends. So every weekend when she was saying I'm out with the girls, she was with him. I fucking blew up. I wanted nothing to do with her, and I was going to break up with her until she got on her knees and begged me to give her a second chance, which my dumbass self did, but only after she revealed everything to me, and she did. It made me sick to my stomach, but in the end, I forgave her and told her to delete all contact with the other guy, and that I expect her to have no contact with him going forward, which she promised, and things kind of went back to before. Okay, reasonable request. You're like, you've been lying to me for so long. Mm-hmm. This is the least I ask of you. Stop talking to him. Mm-hmm. So he's like, heck, we were even spending more time together, but that feeling, that trust wasn't there anymore. Mm-hmm. Understandable. Everything was kind of okay until 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine who's visiting another city, which was 3 hours away from where I lived, sent me a picture with a message, "Sorry, bro." That broke my already broken heart into a billion of little pieces. The picture was of my fiance at a mall 3 hours away from where we lived, holding hands with some stranger who I didn't know. I fucking broke down. God. I was heartbroken. Okay, he uses some words. She was a bitch, a piece of shit, especially since I thought she was at work, while in reality, she was 3 hours away holding hands with her lover. Okay, first of all, to go to those lengths.
She got caught.
So then,
yeah.
When I got home from work, I waited for her and right away confronted her, which she denied and called me a psycho for not believing her and that I was a piece of shit for not trusting her until I showed her the picture my friend sent me. Shout out to that friend though. Even though it hurt him, it helped him.
Yeah.
So her face told me everything, and when the waterworks started, I knew I had made a huge mistake in taking her back, so I ended it. Good
for you. Yeah.
She cried and fucking begged me to think it over and not throw away everything that we had together, which made me angry, and I'm not going to lie. Oh, but I slapped her. I was not proud. I'm still not, but her saying shit like that to throw away everything when it was her who threw away everything pissed me off. I told her to pack her shit and leave, called her parents and mine, told them everything good for him. Her parents came to help her, and I told them basically to fuck off after they told me to think it over and to make the right decision before actually ending it. She begged me not to end things, but I did. I had to for my own peace of mind. Mm-hmm. I did not hear from her or her parents until 3 days ago when my parents called me to let me know that she had committed suicide. Her parents found her, trigger warning, so if you're not, just trigger warning, to skip ahead. Her parents found her hanging, and she had left a letter apologizing to everyone, including my parents and me, and how she is sorry from the bottom of her heart for what she did to me and how she can't live without me, and because of that, she ended it. I'm at a fucking loss. My ex-fiance's friends and family are blaming me, and my own mother told me that it was my fault. She told me that I should have forgiven her since I'm clearly worth committing suicide over her. I am disgusted. I have currently taken some time off from work and have not a single clue what to do.
Okay.
Pretty loaded.
It is, because RIP, 1, 2.
Yeah.
He ended it with her, and she's calling me.
Oh my god. As we're giving relationship advice on something that happened a year ago, something... Sorry,
it's currently happening. If you guys listen to the beginning of this podcast, I told you about my friend who's having relationship drama, and something's happening right now where I literally have to be on standby, and if I need to drive and go get her, I'm gonna freaking go get her right now. So let's give this guy some advice.
Right.
Shit. Okay, when you broke up with her, she was no longer your responsibility.
You are not responsible for what she did after you broke up, which she instigated.
Yeah.
Remember this.
Exactly. Why did you break up with her? Because she cheated on you. Okay? And
you asked her to break it off, and yet she was still found 3 hours away.
3 hours away, so she went out of her way. She went 3 hours out of her way, okay?
Yeah, it's not
to try
healthy.
And not get caught, just to get caught.
And I'm happy you recognize certain things, being like, you know what, I shouldn't have said these things. I shouldn't have slapped her.
You shouldn't have slapped her. 100% you should have slapped her. You should feel shitty about that. You should never put your hands on a woman, no matter how angry you are. I'm very upset with you. You shouldn't have done that.
And women, do not put your hands on men.
Yeah.
Unless it's out of self-defense.
Yes.
But it's one of those things. Don't resort to physical violence. I know she did you wrong, but please.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, my advice is to accept all the feelings that you're feeling right now. And then once you've had that moment, you move on. You shouldn't let anyone make you feel guilty. Just feel whatever you're feeling and move on. Mm-hmm. RIP. That's it. That's my opinion.
Unless the person you feel responsible for is a child you physically brought into the world, you are not responsible for another adult. Yeah. Especially one that you broke up with. Yeah. That has made her own decisions to get her to where she is right now. And I know you broke up in a very explosive way. There are things you regret that you should. But ultimately, what led her to end her life is not your responsibility. And the people that are projecting that on you and saying you are to blame are not in the right. For people to be like, you should have forgiven her, because you're clearly worth committing suicide over. Mm-hmm. What kind of gaslighting is that, especially coming from your own mother?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I know that your own mom is putting blame on you, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine. You know, like I said, you're going to move on from this. This isn't your fault. I wouldn't know how I would feel if I was in that situation. Mm-hmm. However, again, it's not your responsibility.
It's easier said than done. And hopefully you can come to a point where you're at peace with it, but it wasn't your fault.
Yep. All right. So
that wraps it up for episode 3 of season 2 of Two Cold Brews.
For freshly brewed episodes. Every Monday. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
You can also follow our Instagram and YouTube at Two Cold Brews for sneak peeks and teasers. You can check out our Instagram page.
You guys, till this day, Colleen is reading a script.
Because I don't want to ruin it.
Till this day. How many episodes?
Leave me alone.
We're in season 2.
Anyways, speaking of teasers, stay tuned.
The teaser right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Call was just like, fuck it, let's go to Mexico. Like, no, it wasn't even like let's.
Every fucking time, Allison, take your birth control. I'm stopping it.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.